So here we have the most beautiful, brand new nepenthes pitcher in my collection. The most new one. You guys might have remembered this as my Spatulata Cross Spectabilis Giant clone pitcher. Or is this not a clone? I don't know. I don't remember if it was seed grown or if it's a clone. But the point is that, actually no, I think it is seed grown. But yeah, you guys might know that one because I think I've shown that a couple of times. So today, the point is we're going to make some coffee and give it some coffee fertilization. So, onward to it. I'm going to just make some rudimentary coffee. Just grains in a cup. And that should work just fine for dilute coffee. And then filter it out. So wait, so what we're going to use, no, this isn't decaf. Or no, it is decaf, I mean. We need some caffeinated coffee. If you're not old enough to drink coffee, raid your parents' cabinet. Ah! No, kidding. So what we need is some... This is caffeinated, right? Yeah. So I'm using Maxwell House Blend. And what we're gonna do is we're going to get ourselves a mug of pure water. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to go get a bottle of some pure water. And I'm going to give... This pitcher is not going to get much coffee, so I'm going to put quite a bit in there. But the rest of it's just going to get dumped out. I might give the Beachy Eye a little bit. It seems to need it. I might give the pitcher, the Durusalata some, because the Durusalata needs it. I might give the and I might give the Ventricosta some. So most of my plants are going to get some coffee. So again, I still only need a little. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Taste it. It's tap water. That's why I always taste it. Wait a minute, no it's not. It tastes like tap water though. I think they've been lacking on their shiz. You know how in the company you get your water from is like some municipal water from some town somewhere that's just been purified, and then maybe that doesn't apply to all of you, but it applies to me. And then you get a new batch of water and it hasn't been purified all the way. And you're just like, what the fuck? My plants are gonna die if I give them this shit. So now I need to set up the rain catch again. Just a pain in my ass, honestly. Oops, sorry. So we're gonna go ahead and nuke this coffee. And I'll be right back. So I've already poured a little bit of coffee in here, and this is sheerly experimentation, because normally I would make the coffee in the Keurig and actually do it properly. So I'm not sure what to expect here. Apparently it's brewed, which is good. I've made an actual brew. Color me surprised. So clean off that. I'll wash that later. Try to find my strainer. Give me a second. And the product of straining and adding water to the coffee is this. You end up with a coffee mix that is coffee, water, and coffee grounds. Most of it will be water, which is better for the plants anyway. The coffee isn't really good for them. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. Here, let me get this in frame. And then I'm going to take my camera off the tripod. I'm going to go outside, and we're going to go put some coffee in some pitchers. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and here we are with all of my pitcher plants, and the tool which we're going to put the coffee in the pitchers with. We also have the cup of coffee over here. And we also have all of my pitcher plants. Now, The interesting thing is that not all of them are going to be able to be pitcher fertilized. Some of them are going to have to be soil fertilized. This was something that I kind of figured I would have to do. I just didn't want to. So we're going to start with the truncata. Give that a little bit of coffee. That's way too much coffee. Yeah, this thing is broken, I think. The applicator. Give me a second to remove some of that coffee from this pitcher. Yeah, you only want to have it up to... Every pitcher has a fill line, if you want to call it that. I'm going to go ahead and check. Yeah, it's below that fill line. Most of the time you can see the fill line on a pitcher plant by what's red and colorful. And with the truncata you can see there's quite a lot of fill line down there. And with the truncata, the fill line is actually very much above that lip. But I still want to stay cautious, you know? Just in case something lands in it, I don't want it dumping out all the coffee and escaping. So the next part we're going to do, the next plant, is the Spectabilis cross, the Spatulata cross Spectabilis giant. Spectabilis spectabilis, it's the same damn thing. Give him a bit of coffee, quite a sizable amount. And that's pretty good. Also, if your pitcher is completely colorful, you should be able to tell the difference, because half the pitcher up to the fill line will have a chalky line, and the rest of it will have a very waxy looking line. So we've fertilized the Spectabilis, or Spatulata cross Spectabilis giant. And I've been calling it a Spectabilis giant the whole freaking time, but who cares? I switch things up. That's what I like to do. Next guy we're going to do that with is the Veitchii. Good old Veitchii. My favorite plant in my whole collection. So I'm very biased toward my Veitchii. Give the Veitchii a bit of coffee. That's perfect. Just a small bit, because that thing has had quite a bit of water. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fertilize the Drusilata. We're going to put a little bit of coffee in there. A little bit more. Oh. Well, hey. Where'd all my coffee go? There we go. So that's filled. We've got that filled up. And now all that leaves is the pitchers, or the pitcher plants that can only be soil fertilized. And that leaves my Ventricosa, whose pitchers are all fading, and my Miranda, who doesn't have any pitchers. So we're going to go ahead and take a huge heaping lot of coffee and just spritz it around. Now this will have to be cleaned out tomorrow, so I'll have to remember to take these guys outside and flush them. But you need to flush them thoroughly, because coffee is poisonous to them if left in for too long. And I can put 2 good scoops like that in there. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 good scoop into the Ventricosa. Not too much for the Ventricosa, it's still a developing plant, as is the Miranda, but much less so than the Miranda. So we have both of these plants, and tomorrow, if I can, I'll make a video about flushing them. Basically what you want to do is you just want to thoroughly flush them out with some rainwater or purified water. It's a pain in my butt, so I don't normally do it unless I absolutely have to, and it consumes a lot of good water, but you should be okay. As long as you flush it out within 24 hours, then they should be just fine. And the coffee in the soil also helps to promote growth in both leaves and pitchers, whereas the pitcher fertilization only promotes growth in pitchers, as far as I can see. So it's up to you. You weigh the goods and the bads. You decide for yourself what fertilization method you want. Always experiment on the low end first. Always use more water, less coffee, and use only small amounts of coffee in the soil. With the pitchers, you can use a higher concentration because, again, they're meant to absorb nutrients. The worst case scenario, you lose a pitcher. So it's okay to experiment on the high side with coffee as far as the pitchers are concerned, but I wouldn't really experiment too much with the soil fertilization because you can kill a plant that way. Always remember to flush within 24 hours. If you wait 25 or 26 hours, it's not going to kill the plant, but remember to try and fertilize this, or remember to try to flush the soil as soon as possible, because these plants, they're not really okay with this coffee being in the soil. As other than that, you have your coffee fertilization video. You happy, Dylan? You happy? But yeah, no, I had to make this video because my Special Autocross Spectabular Giants pitcher popped, and I was like, well, no better time than today, right? Right? Right. That's what I thought. Anyhow, that'd be all. So, 4387 out. Peace. As a final word, I'd like to add the fact that I took forever making this video. Well, mostly because I just really didn't want to. But yeah, sorry for taking so long, and sorry for cursing so much in a video that I made for a kid. You'll be seeing a lot more of me. Hopefully I'll be using OBS a little bit more in this kind of thing. But yeah, 4387 out. Peace.